We have 30 students at the Academy. For instructors this week, we have John Pilger, who has been in the industry over 40 years. John is a former president of the Chimney Safety Institute of America. He's a master chimney sweep. Jake Cromwell is here. Jake has been in the industry over 15 years. He's a certified chimney specialist, broad range of knowledge. We have Jim Ferguson here. Jim has been in the industry for over 40 years. He does a lot of work on inspections and things like that, reporting, so he's very well versed in that, which is such an important part of a chimney technician's job. The class we've got this week is a fairly new class in general. We've got a larger proportion of brand new people who've been in business 6 weeks or less, so we're tailoring the class to that.
It is required for a level 2 inspection. You do need to know that. But I want you guys just to remember from this class for the rest of your career, stick the camera in the flue, man. Why not, right? You're not gonna make it worse. You're gonna get to learn something you didn't know before. So is the customer.
My name is Matthew Stark, and I'm actually kind of new to the industry. I've been a long-time wood stove owner, and I needed a chimney sweep over the winter and realized there's not enough chimney sweeps for the industry, and especially certified chimney sweeps. And that's how I found out about the CSIA, was trying to find a chimney sweep who's certified. So I'm new to the industry, and I'm excited to get into it, especially using this class as my foundation for that.
Jack Delosier, York, Pennsylvania, 0 years. This is the beginning of my path down the chimney sweep business. A little over a year ago, I was traveling for work at a trade show, and my wife sent me a series of texts with pictures with a bunch of firemen inside the house. Turned out it was a chimney fire, and that's how I ended up here. I made a big mistake. I have a passion for this immediately because I put my family in danger because of ignorance and complacency.
It's an immense amount of information. It's broad concepts and very detailed examples over and over and over to illustrate the overall concepts behind everything that we do. But the class is designed so that you eat that elephant one bite at a time and get there. I really believe everybody in this class is completely capable of passing the test, even though it's a very challenging test and week of study.
Yeah, I did a lot of research. These were the guys with a lot of accreditations, a lot of experience, and it seemed as though, especially when I called out here and talked to Tammy, that I could come in with 0 experience and leave with a pretty good knowledge base that would help me get this going.
Oh, wow. Yeah, these tiles aren't really aligned well, huh?
Tiles are not aligned well. And another thing, look right here.
Oh, that type of brick.
They didn't have enough tile when they built this chimney. Or supposedly.
Right there. Oh, there's a brick.
So they got brick spacers holding that tile up. That's a no-no.
Just when we were inspecting the chimney over here that has 100 different defects, you walk up to it, you don't even notice it at first, especially if you're a new guy like me. But then once you start seeing what everybody else is seeing and having all those different perspectives, you start to realize that there's every little detail that goes into making sure a chimney is safe, because you're putting an open flame in a house, right? That's nothing safe about putting an open flame in a house, but can you minimize the risk?
Starting to all come together, we've been reading from the book and listening to instructors for a few days, and being a hands-on person, we get to apply that knowledge that we learned and the concepts in a real-world situation here in a couple minutes.
There's lots of great manufacturers in the United States of America. I'd be happy to send you whatever custom stainless steel, copper, or in some cases galvanized steel items you want.
Okay. So somebody like myself, why would I even consider, recrowning?
It's a great question. A lot of people don't.
So what we're going to do here is we build a chimney specifically for training purposes. And what we do with the students is we burn a chimney fire here so they can actually see what it's looking like. And if this thing goes the way it normally does, we're going to be able to hear tiles breaking, cracking, popping. We're going to get a lot of smoke out of the top. If we're really lucky, we'll get ignition on the top, we'll get fire on top. So it's a good visual of what happens in a chimney fire. Tiles break because of temperature differential, not actually the heat. There's another one.
What happens when you have flue tile, you have it get so hot on the inside of the tile and it's still cool on the outside, so you have a shearing effect. And that's what you're hearing. You're hearing that vertical cracks in those flue tiles.
If I've learned anything since this class has started, it's that you're going to continually learn, because no chimney is alike. no house is alike. So it's really, you're going to learn as you go. It's mostly going to be experience-based. However, with the amount of training I've received, I am enlightened in the chimney industry now.
I would say no matter what your level of expertise is, come out. I've learned a lot from talking to the more experienced sweeps here, and that everyone has told me that they have gained a lot of knowledge here.
So, what do you see wrong from there?
One thing, they use type-ass mortar on the mortar joints.
Okay, how do you know that?
Me personally, I
because
can
you're a
tell by
mason
looking
for
at it.
40 years. I know.
I hope that they feel more like fire protection specialists. I hope that they start to see and I'm sure they have, the extreme importance of these rules that we have and these standards that we have and these regulations that exist, because they're there to protect people. It's also there to bring a rewarding and meaningful career for them. That's really my passion in the industry, is I love seeing these young people discover that this is a way to create a career for yourself, a very respectable and important career, and it can be extremely rewarding.